Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Dana and I post bullet journaling, planning, and digital nomad lifestyle content on my channel. Today I'm here to share with you how I set up my weekly spreads, and to be honest, I've been itching to set up my next week's spread for a while now, because usually I just do this whenever I have a spare 10 minutes during the week and I just need to jot down a task or an event. But I exercise self-control just so I could share this process with you. So I just have some coffee here and I have all of my essentials with me so we can chat about my process. You can bring your own coffee and we can first start with a flip through of my setup so far. This is my traveler's notebook that I've been using since November last year. I have changed a few things since then, and I'll do a quick overview of how I'm using this planner. So let me show you. I still have the 3 inserts as per my original setup, but some of these have changed in terms of their purpose, which I'll get into in a little bit. The first monthly insert is the same. At the end of last year, one of my goals was to be more mindful with my connections and relationships. So I asked my husband to write down some things he would appreciate from me, and then all of a sudden he gave me this puzzle and he said these are the things that he would like more of. And you can see like there's a sneaky iPhone in here as well. I thought it was cute, so I stuck it in the front. And some blank pages. This is my habit tracker. I use this to track the number of hours that I'm spending on my personal projects. And my monthly spreads are quite self-explanatory. I just use this as a future log and write down future events. This is especially helpful when my weekly spreads haven't been set up yet and I need somewhere to write down appointments. So those are my weeklies. This is March now. At the end, I have some blank pages which I filled out with my goals for the year. I brainstormed different areas of my life where I wanted to focus on this year, and then I use the next pages, sort of like a vision board, to write down how I could achieve those goals. Then my next insert is the weekly insert. I plan out my weeks like so. Let me just show you. Yeah, so this is my weekly spread. I have a row for each day and a section usually for goals. Actually, I'm more of a vertical layout kind of person, but I don't really know if it would work in the passport size, so I found that this is probably better for this passport sized weekly spread. And generally I write down my events on the left side of each section, and I write it with a circle, and then my tasks or notes are on the right side of the sections. And actually, in conjunction with my physical planner, I use a digital planner to flesh out the tasks and use a time blocking method to make sure I use my day productively. So this is basically just an overview of how I would spend each day. If you're interested in using how I use my physical planning alongside my digital planning system, please leave a comment and maybe I can go through how I use both throughout the day. And after the weekly spread, I have a weekly habit tracker. The things I track sometimes change, and it depends on the week and my focus for that week. Then I have a running task list underneath, and many of these tasks are recurring, or sometimes they are big tasks that need several days to complete. So I found that using this layout where I could tick a little bit each day just helps me to remind myself to keep working on these tasks a little bit every day. And it also gives me that sense of accomplishment when I give myself a tick. I don't know if I made sense. It just helps me to manage my time, energy, and motivation a little bit better. And at the bottom of the page, I include these purchases. I don't list all of my purchases, just only things that I've bought for my personal use, like shopping for stationery, clothes, etc., that kind of thing, so I can be more mindful of my purchases. On the right hand side, I sort of use this as a free page for notes, and on this particular spread I've decided to track the progress of my goals, and I have some media reviews for shows or movies that I've watched. I'm just gonna flip through a little bit of my week so far. I like to add like stickers, washi tape, and other ephemera as the week progresses, and sort of come back at the end to fill in whatever blank spaces I have. And I just add ephemera like so. This is a musical ticket. I also sprinkle in throughout the insert some short-term collections. Like here I have a tracker for my invoices. I work as a freelancer, so it's very important for me to keep track of how much I am earning. And on this side I have a list of things I need to do before I leave Korea and move abroad. I'm planning to live in Taiwan for 1 year, so I have a lot of lists that help me to keep important information written down. This is just some brainstorming for my YouTube, another page for media reviews, and yeah, so on this side I actually decided to create a monthly overview in February to write down tasks that don't have a specific date. I did this because I keep rewriting tasks every week because I wasn't sure when I'd have the time to complete them. So now I just have them in one list for the whole month, and half of these tasks got moved to March, so I better stop procrastinating and get them done. As you can see, for this weekly I've changed the layout slightly. I included the track at the bottom. I started using these stickers that I got recently, and some more cute ephemera for memory keeping, and then these are just some stamps that I got from my trip up to Seoul, and you can watch that in my previous digital nomad vlog. Another checklist for my visa application. Yeah, and this is for snowboarding, and February 15th must have been very busy for me because I wrote a separate plan just for this day using a memo pad. You might have noticed that I have these like clips. These are things that I've bought in my Seoul trip as well from Midori. And more March overview as well. Yeah, so I have a focus, I have some events and tasks as well. I'll probably add more decoration once I'm certain I don't have more things to do to add to this list. And this is this week's spread. I haven't added any decorations yet, even though it's like Sunday today. and I'll probably do that maybe later because I haven't had the chance to do that. Before we go on to planning the next week here, I'll just quickly explain how I've ended up using the last insert in my planner, because this has changed a little bit. So in my first traveler's notebook video, where I unbox this planner, I think I said that I would use this as a media journal, but like I guess to write reviews of books, TV shows, movies, and other things. But I realized that when I was testing my setup for the weekly during November and December last year, I had all my collections in my weekly insert, and then when I finished this insert and then archived it, I didn't have the collections that I had written in that insert, which I needed for the rest of the year. So I decided to transfer all the collections and then add them to this Commonplace insert, or I guess collections insert. So basically it's just a collection of random lists that I consult throughout the year. You can see these stickers here. I was inspired by Megan Rhiannon on YouTube, also known as Petite Gloom on Instagram. And she has these like colored circle stickers that help her to reference what each of her notes are about. And this helps her to quickly refer back to whatever notes she has. So I adapted that for my own use, and I have these color-coded stickers that I use throughout this insert. Blue for my brand, red for my Chinese learning journey, green for travel, yellow for life admin, silver for hobby, etc. So let me show you some examples. This is my reading tracker, which is embarrassingly empty because I was too busy watching Chinese dramas to improve my language skills. I know it's a lame excuse, but the point is I have labeled it with the silver heart, which means that's one of my hobbies. I guess this is my traveling packing list, that is labeled with green, camping stuff, Animal Crossing stuff, cleaning, exercise, that kind of stuff as well. I won't show you everything because some of these pages are very personal, but you get the point. I'm already like almost halfway through the insert, but I have most of the information I need for the year in here already, so I think I'll be okay with the rest of this year. At the end of this planner, I clip this mini booklet. It's a new edition. This is my Chinese vocabulary book. I have weekly conversations with a native speaker, and I write down any new words in here so I can memorize them whenever I have time. It's supposed to be fountain pen friendly, but sometimes the paper bleeds, which is sort of like weird. It's annoying because when I'm writing down my Chinese characters, I write more slowly, and then the ink bleeds more, and then makes it hard to distinguish sometimes. So yeah, so I've written quite a lot already. Yeah, so that's it for my flip through. I'm going to start planning now. So let me just reorganize my space and I'll come back. Now to begin planning, I have my trusty Lamy Safari, which I'll be using. It is filled up with this Pilot Iroshizuku Shoro, I think I'm saying that right, Shoro ink. That's like this lovely teal blue color. I find that this combination works well for me with daily planning, but you need to be careful if you don't wait for it to dry, it could smudge. Then I have this Lamy Joy pen, and it has a calligraphy tip, so it's very nice for headers. And I have inked this with the Pilot Iro Shizuku Tsukiyo ink, which is like a darker ink, almost like a blue black or a dark teal. I used to use this to write all my dates with this pen, but recently I started using like these dated stickers. Let me show you. I've got it here. These data stickers, it's from 10 by 10. It's a stationery store in Korea. And it just saves me a lot of time. So right now I have my digital planner open so I can have the correct dates and events. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start planning. I think I'm going to plan everything in silence because I just know that if I try to talk and plan at the same time, I'll get the date wrong or something. I'm just a terrible multitasker. So I'll just go quickly, plan everything out, and then I'll come back and explain. the basic structure of my setup. As you can see here, I've added these stickers and they are very helpful. I used to use, like I said, the Lamy Joy pen, and I found that the edges, if I hold them too often, like they smudge very easily. So having these stickers are much cleaner and quicker. I've written down all my main events for the week, and then as time goes on and I'm finding that I need to write down a task, I will probably write it down on the right side, or if it's a very important one, I'll put it alongside with the events as well. Yeah, so this week I have a lot of visitors and social events. The focus, the goals would be preparing for meetings and of course editing this video that you're watching now. And I will want to post a newsletter. You can also subscribe to my newsletter if you don't already know. I have one where you can follow me on my journey for digital nomading and planning and other events as well. I'm not going to add any decorations yet because I usually do that throughout the week. And yeah, and this is my... Oh my goodness, I just realized I skipped a page. This is what happens when you are editing, when you are planning on video. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do for this page. But yeah, anyway, this is my habit tracker. Now my mind's drawn a blank. Yeah, this is my habit tracker. I've got all my habits written in bold. Then I have some like one-off events and tasks written in my Safari. And I've got my purchases down here as well. Okay, how would I fix this here? If you have any ideas for what I could put in here, please let me know. Maybe I should plan the week after in here, and then we'll have 2 habit trackers side by side. Should I do that? Yeah, I think I might do that. But I'm gonna do that off camera because I know I'm gonna mess it up again. Oh dear. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me just set it up, make it all nice and pretty. I have this Penco clip that helps me to make my pages flip. Very handy. Yeah, and that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As I mentioned earlier, I will be moving to Taiwan, so please stay tuned for more digital nomad content in the future on this channel. And of course, you'll see your regular bullet journaling things as well. I will definitely share some footage of me exploring stationery stores in Taiwan, which will be very exciting. And if you want to have more real-time updates from me, you can check out my Instagram or my newsletter, and I will put that up on the screen so that you can see it. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for coming along and with my plan with me video and flip through. Take care, and until next time, happy planning. Bye bye.